Hey everyone, just a quick update real quick. I'm still printing and the printer's been going very well. I've gone through a ton of spools. There's just two that I am low on and I'm just keeping just in case as backups because I can print quite a few things now. I've been printing a lot of things for Dungeons and Dragons, in particular like a lot of mini terrain like this. Then also I've been printing a lot of little tiny characters. And I print them in TPU. As you can tell, like it turns out really well. I haven't really cleaned it off too well yet. I'm still cleaning it off, but the nice part I like is it's very flexible. It doesn't break. I can really easily bend that character right there, as you can see, and it's not going to break at all, which is nice, which is really nice. So I rather appreciate that, and the printing process, even though it's pretty long, has been pretty fun. I've printed off a lot of stuff, so I've got these mini trains. I've actually got quite a bit of stuff. Looks like my cat knocked down my Pikachu down in here, so I've got little coins that you can use. I've got a bunch of characters in here. I've got about 50 skeletons, 25 guards, a whole bunch of goblins, just a whole bunch of crap, as well as water trains. Actually, let me show you. Those turned out pretty well, I thought, at least. Should have had those out already. But I even paint them myself. My wife does the majority of the painting, and she does a fantastic job. But I decided to paint my water pieces. And I thought they turned out pretty well, actually. And so, quite a few things. There's a few things that I've designed myself. However, and I was thinking about selling those at Comic-Con. However, that does take time. That does take money. And I'm also working on a few other things, because my primary thing that I do is I'm a programmer. And so I more often than not actually want to be working at my computer on programming than designing. I used to design a lot, do 3D designs, such as these chests, for example. These little chests right here are completely my design. And there we go. Get that zoomed in on there. 1 second. This is my failed one that did not come out so well. I mean, it only had a small thing, but just a simple design I just kind of chalked up really quickly. So I love to design, but my true love is in programming, as you can tell by my plentiful computers. And I'm actually designing an app for Dungeons and Dragons at the same time. It's currently, I use it a lot for myself, for personal use. It creates random cities with people, including inventories, gold, their store inventories, if they're a store, what their stats are. It reorganizes their stats by their race and by everything else. I have to go under the Creative Commons, so I have to use what is, or not Creative Commons, but the creative license, which is given by D&D, Wizards of the Coast, and they do limit what you can and do on the newest edition. I could always do the third 3.5 edition, but 5e, I have to somewhat limit myself in there. I have to make sure that I'm following by their standards. So I don't have necessarily everything in there. I can't put everything from the monster manual or whatnot, but I can put the majority of stuff. And so I'm working on that. I've also got it so not only does it create the town or create a shop or a random NPC, you can copy paste that, put it into Word. You can easily print off, like, I can create a town of 1,000 citizens with unique personalities and everything else just within seconds. So if I don't have a character that I want, that I've made, that is intended, and they just decide to go on their own way, they're like, oh, I want to talk to this guy. I'm like, oh, okay, quickly I can pull up, this is who they are, this is their stats, this is their personality, this is what's going to go on. Just makes things a little bit easier for me. Makes me feel a little bit more confident when I go into things. I know a lot of people want to just do Mad Lib and whatnot, but I like to keep it very consistent, very balanced in my games. I want to make sure that the players can do whatever they want, and I don't have to fib roles. Actually, thankfully, I've never had to fib anything in my games so far, which has been pretty nice. And so that's been my recent hobbies. Those have been the recent things I've been doing. I'm almost finished with that app. When I'm finished, I'll have to let you guys all know. If anyone would be interested in free copies, of course, let me know. I'll be putting it on iOS and Android and the Windows Store. It's currently runs between them all, and then the final version of the app will actually not only run on all of them, but will connect to another one called the Players app, which will allow players to connect. They can roll initiatives, they can buy things, they can sell things, they can do whatever they want on there, and you can control which features that you want enabled. If you want it to roll for them, if you want them to roll their own numbers and just prompt them with, okay, this is your sword, this is the number of dice you can roll. You can create custom weapons. You can really, it's going to be a very open-ended, and it's almost done right now too, open-ended for people to do. So hopefully that goes well. We'll see how that goes. My best friend just got home, so we're working on getting all that done. And then I'll keep you guys updated on any 3D printing stuff. So if you guys have any questions about this voxel, actually, I also wanted to do this video because now you can buy the replacement parts for it. So you can buy a replacement extruder, you can buy a replacement plate, you can buy replacement things for it, which is really nice because I love this printer. It's done such a good job. It's absolutely remarkable in the quality of detail. These I'm not running super high, so you can see the little cute ridges on them because I don't really care. I mean, right here is what I more care about, and they look just absolutely gorgeous on the sides. Absolutely gorgeous. You just are blown away by it. And then, especially on these characters, so this is the highest quality that the 3D printer runs on. Just absolutely amazing, especially after you clean them all up. And so, oh, and by the way, a quick trick on that, if you're careful enough, you can use isopropyl alcohol. What it does is technically, due to the chemical properties of it, it will eat the plastic. Is a good terminology for it. It's a little bit more complex than that. But if you are careful enough with it, use some Q-tips or spray it down or a few other things. Make sure you don't drink it. Make sure you don't get it in your eyes. Be really careful. Follow the warning labels. You can smooth out things. You won't be able to smooth this out. Not unless you go really crazy on it, but you can smooth things out. So if you've got just a little tiny love mark or whatnot on it, you can clean that up. So, quick update with you guys. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask, and you guys have a wonderful weekend.